So here we go with the swings. Juice and Toya, please, you must have heard of the triangle. Please start in the triangle, please. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Boom, off they go. They start in the triangle. I love you guys. Gregory van Lebe here. We're all about kettlebells. So if you are into kettlebells, then you have to like the video and consider subscribing. And if you know anyone that I should react to, then let me know down in the comments. So one thing that I can already say about Juice and Toya is I like the idea, the workout format. I like the production value. I like their personalities. I like the idea that they came up with modifications. So maybe one exercise is too tough for you, then you can switch. Or maybe you feel like one exercise is not enough, then you can upgrade it. I like the idea. So the first exercise that they're starting with are goblet squats. Goblet squats, of course, invented by my mentor, Dan John. One of the greatest exercises that you can do with the kettlebell. It has to be in your regime throughout the year. It's powerful exercise. Now what I see, I think his name is Juice and her name is Toya. If I'm mistaken, please excuse. She is engaging in some form of a back squat. Now, what does that mean? A back squat is when you push your hips back, your upper body moves forward, and you push your knees out. This is what we do when we have the weight on our shoulders. That's why we call it a back squat. But a goblet squat, the reality of a goblet squat is it is a front squat. So if we are engaging in a front squat, the biomechanics of the exercise change. So we want to make sure that we push our knees out, make sure our upper body is straight. We keep the bell close to our body. In her case, it may be that after a couple of sets of squats, you may feel it in your lower back. So maybe what she can do is point her feet out a little bit more out, push her knees out so she can make sure that her upper body is straight. So here they go with a deadlift, a powerful exercise, of course, and I will consider this a hang deadlift. Don't want to get lost in the details of how we're supposed to call an exercise, but sometimes I even mess it up. But just to be very exact, this is a hang deadlift. If you don't put the kettlebell down to the floor and you come back up, and this is actually a great awareness exercise to prepare yourself for the swing. I like it. Here they go with a lunge, and then they pass the kettlebell through the legs, and she does the modification where she keeps the bell up straight. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these pass-throughs because sometimes you may lose balance. I know it's the idea. The perspective of the idea is to maybe work on your balance a little bit. And when it comes to lunges, just keep the kettlebell up like she does it. That's just my recommendation. And there's one thing that I see right here is I don't like his shoes. But I love her shoes. I think she's wearing Metcons and he's wearing these thick Nikes. I don't know what they're called with these thick soles. The great thing about her shoes, the Metcons, is they have flat surfaces. When your body is standing in a room, then you have these sensors on your feet. They tell your body what the surface is made of. So your proprioception is better if you wear shoes like she does. And of course, we're able to generate more force and more strength because we have a solid surface. If you have these thick soles, it may be that your production of force may be impaired because your surface is not flat. Now here they go with the press, and I like this right here. He's looking at her like, baby, that's how we're supposed to grab it. And she's like, okay, I'm switching. I love it. I love it. Now, we call this a CrossFit grip, where you have the thumbs inside the window, fingers outside the bell. I love this press. It's a great way, especially for beginners. Now, what I would love to see, she displays this a bit better, is fully extend your arms. And sometimes she's not extending it as well. What does that mean? You fully extend. Elbows are fully extended. Make sure you don't pull your shoulders up, but really extend your arms and then pull them back a little. I'm currently reading the book from Yuri Verkhoshansky, and he even says in his book, it's called Fundamentals of Special Strength Training in Sport, and he says that we are losing strength at around 40%. So we have a 40% loss of strength if we don't extend our arms. This is powerful. So make sure when you're in the overhead top fixation, fully extend your arms. So the next one is rows. I like it. Alternating rows. I like the position. That's tough on your lower back, let me tell you. It's really tough on your lower back. What we sometimes recommend is do a couple of reps, and then you stand up, and then you breathe, relax, and then you come back down to relax your lower back. Especially if you are a beginner, you will feel this exercise most definitely in your lower back. So this is what they call a hollow press, where you work your abdominals to a certain degree. He keeps his legs straight. It's tougher, and she keeps her knees bent. I like it. Now, one thing, just as a side note, where I believe the kettlebell is lacking to a certain extent, and don't get me wrong, I love the kettlebell, but it's lacking to a certain extent in chest development. That's why I believe if you're thinking about adding something to your kettlebell gym, a bench with a barbell, yeah, or just dumbbells, I think they are superior in that regard. Doesn't mean that you cannot build your chest with a kettlebell, but I just believe there's other tools that do a better job. So here we go with the swings. Juice and Toya, please, you must have heard of the triangle. Please start in the triangle, please. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Boom, off they go. They start in the triangle. I love you guys. You got this. And I like the execution. Maybe Toya, she can bring the kettlebell up to a certain extent, maybe work on the timing a little bit, because there's always something that we see is people start hinging too early before the arms reconnect with their body, and then the lower back takes a little bit or the brunt of the weight depending on how your timing is. So you want to make sure that you want to connect your arms to your body as soon as possible, and always think about the cue that Steve Carter shared with me. Maximize the time the arm is connected to your body, and minimize the time the arm is disconnected from the body. Other than that, yeah, I like it. It's more of a hybrid version. Cleans. Now I like the modification that they're putting on display. What Toya does is for beginners, it's perfect, because a double-handed clean improves your awareness and your kinesthetic sense, that you get a feeling for the ballistic element of the kettlebell. And then once you're set and done, you do what Juice does with a single arm. I like it. More of a harp style type of clean, and I like it. And he still carries the watch. I always have to take the watch off because I'm destroying my watch, and I don't like anything on my wrist when I'm working with kettlebells. So this is what they call loaded burpees. Okay, going into a burpee and then back up in a with a small push-up, right? And then back up into a deadlift. And she's rounding her back a little bit, and that's what we see sometimes when people come up from the burpee position. One exercise that I will critique to a certain extent, where I would say just do burpees and then you do swings. And I think there's a channel, his name's called Iron Wolf. Go check him out. He's a huge fan of swings and burpees. So this is it, Juice and Toya. I like what they do. I like the exercise selection. Goblet squat, deadlift, press, swing. Good stuff. It's easy to do. It's easy to understand. I like the modifications that they've built in. Great stuff. But Juice, my brother, you gotta check out the shoes of Toya and get you some of these Metcons, or even better, train barefoot. 90 Days of Kettlebells is an online workout course for beginners who want to train at home, lose weight, and achieve lasting results without wasting time and money with crash diets and unused gym memberships. The program works as follows. You will do 3 kettlebell workouts per week that gradually increase in difficulty. You'll also build 3 powerful eating habits that have proven successful in our coaching. As the name implies, the program lasts 90 days and you will have lifelong access after purchase. We also include live accountability sessions where you will publicly state your goals. Psychology shows us that if we make our goals public, our adherence to the process and the program increases dramatically. If you have been struggling to put together an elaborate kettlebell workout system while trying to lose weight, then 90 Days of Kettlebells is for you. The price of 90 Days of Kettlebells is $59 per month for 3 months, and you can save 20% with a one-time payment of $147. We'll open registration only to a small number of new clients. Join the waiting list now to get access 24 hours before the general public. Link is in the description.